Hey guys, Dr. K, another episode of Cars and Coaching in the Study, long version. I get asked numerous times, what books do I recommend? And I've read a lot of books over the years, and probably my favorite, and it's a favorite that's on a lot of people's list, is James Clear, Atomic Habits. Now, you may recall we've talked about this before. 40 to 50% of what we do on a daily basis is habitual. So it's extremely important for us to understand how habits are formed and how we could go ahead and develop good habits and how we could go ahead and actually change our bad habits. Because first we create our habits and then our habits create us. And James Clear does a phenomenal job going through explaining the different components of habits, the cue, the craving, the response, the reward, and how you can go through a process to set up good habits to move you towards your goals and to go ahead and break the bad habits that are moving you away from your goals. So definitely a great book, a good self-help book to start with, and I recommend that one highly. Another author that I like a lot is Daniel Goleman, psychologist, as well as an author. Any of his books are phenomenal, but two that I like in particular. Number one, Emotional Intelligence, written in the 90s. That was kind of the seminal book that he wrote. It brought emotional intelligence to the forefront, and in there he goes through all of different levels of emotional intelligence, self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship management, and all the 18 tenets, and it's a phenomenal read. And extremely important, number one, first be able to control yourself with self-awareness and self-management, and then be able to relate to others with social awareness, with empathy, with relationship management. That's the leadership skills. He wrote another book with a couple other authors called Primal Leadership, which is also a phenomenal book, and that has to do with leading not only others but also yourself. And don't misunderstand, that's not a book specifically for leadership where you have a title or you're the CEO of a company. It's a phenomenal leadership book because the most important thing, number one, is to be able to lead yourself and then be able to lead others. And we've said this numerous times, you don't need a title. You don't have to be a CEO. You don't have to have a company. You have to learn to be able to lead yourself and then lead the people around you. And that may be your children if you're married and have kids, siblings, family members, or people at work. And Primal Leadership by Daniel Goleman is a phenomenal book. Another book that I think is fantastic is by Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Phenomenal book. He goes through 7 different habits that highly effective people use in their day-to-day, again, leading others, as well as in a business realm. From a negotiation perspective, Never Split the Difference is a phenomenal book by Chris Voss, former FBI agent, and it goes through negotiation tactics. And really, if you think about it, everything that we do on a daily basis, there's some level of negotiation. And your ability to understand how to go ahead and influence people in those negotiations are extremely important. Your ability to be able to communicate properly, to understand how other people are going to react to what you say is extremely important. Those are 4 books that I think from a self-development perspective are going to give you a lot of skills that you're going to use on a daily basis. Number one, to be able to lead yourself. Number 2, to be able to lead others. So hopefully that helped all of those of you that were asking what books I read. Thanks. Until next time, it's Dr. K.